Hi, my name is Sam Rach, and welcome to The Resported. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about the firing or the potential firing of Anil Kumble as the head coach of Indian cricket team, and hiring Virender Sehwag. Great choice. Now, look, guys, I've been a sports person all my life. I've played state level tennis. I've been the captain of a cricket team in my college and in my school. I've played table tennis. I've played basketball. I was a sports captain in my school. Yeah, I've played a lot of sports in my life, and I've also been a professional MMA fighter. For me to consider myself as a person who represents India in sports abroad, now I travel a lot, and it really, when people ask me, hey, why doesn't India do so well in Olympics? And I'm like, hey, do you know cricket? They'll be like, no. That's because half the world doesn't know that cricket actually is the name of a sport. Now, India is only good at one sport, and that's cricket. But we want to be douchebags. We love to be just corrupt. We can't let one sport be just left alone. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched the films like Mary Kom or Chak De India. You already know that there's so much corruption from these fat asshole bureaucrats who've never really played sports, but they are in the sport ministry. They represent the sports across the nation, and it's just the most disgusting thing in the world. Now, Anil Kumble being fired, let's look at his track record, because as a captain, he came to the finals of IPL in the second edition of IPL, and you can't blame him for losing that year because Gilchrist had a different idea. He actually scored, I think, I don't remember, but I think Gilchrist scored a century that year in the finals, and nobody could do anything about that. He's also been the chief mentor for Mumbai Indians in 2013 when they won their second IPL. Interesting. And yet, you have officials from BCCI report to journalists in Firspost, in Cricbuzz, in Crick News, that Anil Kumble is a bad manager, or is bad at man management. Interesting. Which basically means he's not a good leader, which he is, because that's his track record. He's always been known for how good or great a thinking cricketer he is, because he could never turn the ball when he spun the ball. He could never turn, but he still used to get so many wickets. He's one of the highest wicket-taking bowlers in the world. Imagine, without this, without the turn, you could never be a great player in cricket, especially if you're a bowler, if you're a spinner. But because he had this, even though he did not have the turn in his spin, he was an awesome player. He's been known for that. Well, back in 2016, Ravi Shastri was basically involved in the Indian cricket team as a director in the Indian cricket team, and Sanjay Bangar was the interim coach. Of course, Sanjay Bangar was a coach before that too, for a little bit of time. But Ravi Shastri is one of the most dishonest cricketers today. Of course, he was a great cricketer when he was playing, but today, if you look at him, he's one of the most dishonest ex-cricketers in the world. His own wife doesn't believe in the shit he says. So, he was a corporate hack, and he was a coach. India was losing under him, and then there was a Supreme Court probe into BCCI, into Anurag Thakur, into Ravi Shastri, into quite a few officials inside the BCCI, and people basically elected Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, and VVS Laxman as the COA. These are the people who are Chief Advisory Council for the Indian cricket team. And they all suggested that Anil Kumble should be the coach. And they also suggested that Anil Kumble should be the coach for 3 years, not 1. What does BCCI do? All those people who are under investigation and all those people who have cases running in the Supreme Court regarding BCCI were replaced by, acting officials in their posts. And those acting officials in their posts decided that Anil Kumble should only get 1 year. You know why? Because he's a straight shooter. Because he doesn't give a fuck about corruption. He doesn't give a fuck about money. Because if he did, he would have made a lot of money while he was playing. He didn't. You would never see Anil Kumble being involved in huge ad campaigns. Anil Kumble is one of those guys who could have a career apart from cricket. He is well educated. He is well respected. He's a brilliant, mentally brilliant person. Yeah, he didn't need cricket money. Anyway, so when Sachin and all these legends of the Indian cricket team in modern era demanded that or suggested that Anil Kumble should be the coach of the Indian cricket team, he did. He did become the coach of the Indian cricket team. Early this year, he was asked to basically restructure the payment program in the Indian cricket team. He was asked. He didn't volunteer. He was asked by BCCI and other officials. And he said, hey, you know what? Staff members should get more pay. The batting coach, the fielding coach, the physiotherapist, these people should be getting more pay because they spend so much of their time, so much of their expertise with the Indian cricket team that they deserve a higher pay. Apparently, that's not acceptable for BCCI. How dare Anil Kumble ask for more pay for staff members? Right. Sad, isn't it? Again, chuck the India, marry come. This corruption. Oh my God. He was asked to restructure this payment program, by the way, payment structuring in cricket, by the way. He didn't volunteer. Of course, there's also been a little bit of backlash to Anil Kumble for saying that Virat Kohli as a captain deserves more pay. Why not? Virat Kohli is one of the most consistent players in the Indian cricket team. He wins in more matches than anyone else. He captains the side. Why not? No, it's okay that, all right, you don't like his idea that, Virat Kohli should get paid more than Dhoni. Okay, you don't like it. You don't have to make a public joke about it. You don't have to make that as a reason to fire him. You assholes. Now, Firspost reports that players actually liked Anil Kumble till he started pushing them to go beyond their comfort zone. Isn't that what sports people are supposed to do? That go beyond their comfort zones? I've seen tennis players, I've seen football players, I've seen NBA basketball players saying that, hey, my coach says that I should do better than this season. But the Indian cricket team doesn't like to be pushed. They like to stay in their comfort zone. And Firspost making a joke out of the Indian cricket players? Wow. They're right. Which sports person should say, hey, our coach should not say that we should be playing better. Our coach should not say that we should get out of our comfort zone and be able to play in different conditions. What a crime. Assholes. Apparently, Virat Kohli has complained to BCCI that he has doubts about Anil Kumble. He is overbearing. I've had doubts about him right from the beginning, apparently. That's what Virat Kohli says. I've lost so much respect for Virat Kohli after reading those reports. He's my favorite player. He's my favorite cricketer. And I've lost all my respect for Virat Kohli after I read those reports. And here's why. Virat Kohli was the captain of the test team and he was winning under Ravi Shastri too, but not as emphatically as he's been winning as a captain under Anil Kumble. And you just forget that? You know why? You forget that because you have corporate interests. You forget that because maybe Anil Kumble said, hey, don't shoot so many ads for the Champions Trophy. We did that the last time we were, last time we had high hopes from our team, and we lost. Lost 2 times. Once during the World Cup 2015, bleed blue. Great. We bled blue, and we bled red too, because we lost. Last year, we didn't even reach the semifinals of the T20 World Cup. Great. Bleed blue. So is Anil Kumble really wrong for asking the team to focus on the current tournament, on an international stage that is Champions Trophy? No, he's not. He's right. You know why? Because he's the only guy who's actually thinking. You know why? Because he's the only guy who's actually thinking. He is. There's also been reports that BCCI has problems with Anil Kumble because he selects players from South India. Because he selects players from Karnataka, Hyderabad, and also Tamil Nadu. Wow. Why? So, let's say these teams do really well in Ranji Trophy, and they do every year, especially Karnataka. So giving a chance to those players from Karnataka is wrong? Nope. Delhi boys have to get all the chances. I have nothing against Delhi boys. I have nothing against cricketers in Delhi. But is it only Delhi that plays cricket in India? So, for once, if Anil Kumble is the coach of the team and he thinks, hey, Karnataka did so well in the Ranji Trophy and they should get a chance to be tested out in on the international stage, that's crime. Apparently, BCCI has a problem that Anil Kumble has asked to be a part of the selection committee before every tournament or before every series or whatever. First of all, that's fake. Those are fake, fake comments made by BCCI fucktards. But it's not that uncommon for coaches to be a part of the selection committee. Because they're coaching the players. They know who's doing well. They know who's not doing well. They're responsible for the players doing well. And they don't get a say in who's going to play in a specific series? Are you kidding me? And that's a reason that BCCI doesn't like Anil Kumble? That's one of the reasons? Wow. One of the BCCI officials has actually made a statement that says Anil Kumble is cashing on the recent success of the Indian cricket team. So Virat Kohli can get all the money from the ads because of the recent success of the Indian cricket team. All the Indian players can get all the benefits of the recent success. But Anil Kumble should not be saying any of those things that I just mentioned. He should not be saying that staff should get paid more. He should not be saying that the captain should be getting paid more. He should not be saying that players should get out of the comfort zone. That he should not be saying that players should get out of their comfort zones to be playing in, to be really competitive. No, he cannot. If he does, he's going to get fired. Now that brings me to Sehwag. What has Virender Sehwag done as a coach? Well, he coached the Kings and Punjab team to come to the 5th position. To come to the 5th position in IPL this year. Yay! You know what I think? If Kings and Punjab had a better coach, better strategist, they could have easily reached the finals. They had the team. They did have the team. They just didn't have a great thinking tank. They had Sehwag, who made Glenn Maxwell the captain while Owen Morgan was sitting in their camp. While Darren Sammy, who's won every T20 tournament he's ever captained, or that he's captained since 2016. No. Virendra Sehwag said Glenn Maxwell is the captain. And then you had a big, huge article in the Times of India, in the Hindustan Times, in all the leading newspapers in India, that Virendra Sehwag blames Glenn Maxwell for the failure of Kings and Punjab. Great. Who made him the captain, by the way? Yeah. So that's his record. Compare that to Anil Kumble. Anil Kumble has won every series since Dhoni quit as a captain, or Dhoni was fired as a captain. In 2017, India has had the best track record in cricket. No? Anil Kumble. Has Virendra Sehwag ever been known to be a great think tank? When a journalist asked him as to what he does, what he has in his mind when he is scoring all these triple centuries, he said, "Oh, nothing. I just go there and hum a song. There's a song going on in my head, and that's all I hum." Yay! Great. Now the entire Indian cricket team can go dance and hum to songs. Because that's the way Sehwag does things. According to me, Sehwag is nothing but a corporate hack. And this is why I think that in 2014, when Sanjay Bangar was the coach for Kings and Punjab, he didn't win. He reached the finals, he didn't win. He was still made the interim coach of the Indian cricket team. Sehwag didn't do that well with Kings and Punjab. He's still being asked to apply for being the coach of the Indian cricket team. Wow. Kings and Punjab, one of the least favorite teams of the commentators, of the cricket experts. They never expect Kings and Punjab to win. But all their coaches are asked to be the Indian coaches? Something weird, isn't it? So yeah, Sehwag is another corporate hack. Sehwag basically, according to what I think he's one of the greatest opening batsmen that India's ever had. But he started losing his hair while he was still playing, right? He couldn't get all that money from, the ads. Everyone else did. But he couldn't. You had Dravid doing the Gillette ad. You had Sachin Tendulkar in Pepsi ads. Virendra Sehwag, when he had a full bushy hair thing going on for him, he did the Coke ad. Maa ka doodh. After that, he kind of fizzled out because he started losing his hair. Now, as a coach, I think he's trying to make all that money that he lost because of his hair loss. I think so. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's a corporate hack. Because if he was really concerned about in the Indian cricket team, along with Sachin, Ganguly, Dravid, Laxman, he would be joining the voice and saying, "Hey, no, wait, you cannot be cricketers who are saying we cannot play out of our comfort zones. A coach is supposed to be mentoring you to go out of your comfort zones." And if Virendra Sehwag is a real patriot, is a real cricketer who's playing for India, or who was playing for India, who cares about Indian cricket, he would be going out there saying to BCCI, "Hey, I don't want to be the coach. I think Kumble is doing a fine job." Because he is. He's winning. So, my question to all you people who are cricket fans is, since when is cricketers being pushed to go out of their comfort zones a problem? Since when has it become a problem? Since when has coaches being a part of the selection committee become a problem? Since when is staff that is, day in, day out working with your cricket team getting paid right? Since when has that been a problem? These are the things that the BCCI accuses Anil Kumble of. So since when have all these things become problems? You know when? Since always. You know, India loves to overcrowd and corrupt everything that we are good at. So we are good at one sport, one fucking sport, and we want to corrupt that too. So, the corporate interests keep plaguing Indian cricket. Indian cricketers are now joining the band. I mean, I never expected Virat Kohli, the guy who speaks on social issues, the guy who's not afraid of coming out with Anushka Sharma and saying, hey, yeah, I like her. Yeah, she's my girlfriend. The guy who I thought had a spine to come out and say, hey, no, Anil Kumble wants me to focus on cricket. He's overbearing. I lost that respect for you, man. Seriously. You would never hear something like this coming from David Warner, coming from Steve Smith. They would never blame Darren Lehman for saying, oh, they want us to concentrate on cricket. Oh, BCCI also has a problem that Anil Kumble said, sure, ICC can be paying BCCI more, but we shouldn't back out from participating in the tournament because of that. No, money is everything. Right. Since when does cricket equal money? Cricket equals sport. But unfortunately, our fat fucking assholes who are sitting in BCCI who have never probably played a sport in their lives, they are the guys who are sitting and making all these decisions. They are the guys who are sitting and calling all the shots. And that's probably the reason why money is equal to cricket. And cricket is equal to money. As cricket fans, as Indians, we must remember that cricketers aren't gods. And we as fans need to stand up when cricketers start behaving like gods, like Virat Kohli just did. He's overbearing. Oh, fuck you. He's asking you to do well. He's saying that if you don't concentrate on practicing for the Champions Trophy, the same fate is going to follow the same thing's going to happen. You're going to have the same results as in the T20 World Cup and in the World Cup. Okay? So, he wants you to win the Champions Trophy. Anil Kumble wants India to win the Champions Trophy. And, no, he's overbearing. Oh, he's bad at man management. Sachin doesn't think so. You care about Sachin? Sachin doesn't think so. Sachin thinks Anil Kumble would be good for 3 years as a coach. So my conclusion and my prediction, if Anil Kumble is fired, he's going to be hired by the New Zealand cricket team as their coach. Yeah, that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure. If he gets fired, that is. Or if he is not retained. And if Sehwag becomes the Indian coach, na 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 na, hey, 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 goodbye to the top ranks that India enjoys as a cricket team today. So before I end, all I want to say is you win a cricket match because of strategies, because of this, because you're a thinking person, because you have strategies to play out. That's why the coach and the captain are so important. Cricket is not won because of money, except for in India. If we can pay somebody to lose a match, we would. Is that what you want to watch as cricket fans? If not, tweet, comment on Anil Kumble not being retained. He's what has made India so awesome in the last 6 months. Of course, along with Virat Kohli. But Virat Kohli was also the captain before Anil Kumble came in. He wasn't that great. Anil Kumble just changed everything for the Indian cricket team. So if you're a real Indian cricket fan, you should definitely stand up for Anil Kumble. You stand up against these corporate fat fucks in BCCI who know nothing about cricket. You and I know more about cricket than those idiots. So yeah, peace. This is Sam Raj. Resist and resport.